Fidel Castro and politicians in hell. Churches filled with lies. Galatians 6:7-8 Be not deceived, God is not mocked, for whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. This politician threw the entire population of his country into misery, causing hunger and unemployment. Many entrepreneurs failed because they had their property confiscated by this man who enjoyed all the income of his country without caring for the poor people. The angel commanded the demon to reveal everything that happens in politics. Fidel said, all presidents, governors, rulers secretly from various parts of the world finance the prostitution of women and young girls. These rulers created transgender movements, homosexuals and lesbianism. All these movements are financed by the government itself. The rulers have no desire to help the poor. They just want to get rich. They fund abortion and pedophilia to destroy humanity. All rulers who come to power have a covenant with Satan. They have to follow an evil agenda of destruction of the world population. Politicians who make pacts are not placed in power by the votes of the people. The television channels are paid by the rulers and the businessmen to spread the corruption as sex. God used a prophet and told him to abandon politics. He continued in his charge and did not listen to the prophecy. He could not stand the pressure of politicians and killed himself. I saw politicians in hell who was murdered at the behest of others because of secrets that cannot be revealed. One of these politicians got his car damaged by a mechanic who was paid to do this. The car of this politician missed the brake and crashed, killing this politician. The other politician I saw in hell was murdered by a faction so he would not win the election. And whoever had this politician killed was his rival in politics. Other politicians were murdered by the rulers of their own pucks. He said, this is the modern church that is growing today. I saw several flashing colored lights, dancing, DJ and theatrical arts. This church looked more like a nightclub, as the pastors have desecrated the houses of prayer. The angel said, the theater is a lie, nothing is real, everything is staging. The theater is a farce that makes one believe what is not true. It was through the theater that came to the movies that happen on television. The church that works with theater makes people believe that the words of God are not true. If the Holy Spirit worked miracles and healings in these churches, the people will think they have been staged in the theater. Not in the time of man, but in his time. In our churches, it is the shepherds who determine everything. They ask that fire from heaven fall and cause us to descend, so it will be according to their words, because we want to draw attention from many people to come and stay in our churches. We hate that people stay in churches of serious shepherds who only speak the truth. And we rejoice that nothing is happening in their churches, and we will multiply the signs and the miracles to gain more souls to our flock. Even serious church workers are coming to ours because they are seeing the results. You do not know why pastors who do not live the gospel are more used than pastors who live in the truth. Our signs, contradicting the word that says the signs will follow those who believe. The signs have to follow the believers, not they go after the signs. If they followed their God by faith, not by miracles, they would never be deceived. For the word says that faith is the sure foundation of things hoped for, and the evidence of things that cannot be seen. The people have no faith in the invisible and want to see signs. Where the Holy Spirit does not operate, we operate. Where he is not, we make our abode and deceive many souls who do not have the gift of discernment of spirit. All that principality has spoken is the truth. The people run after the miracles, and the demons know this and warn evil. Adulterous generation would demand a miraculous sign, but the only sign I will give them is the sign of the prophet Jonah. Matthew 16:4 Jesus refused to give signs to the Pharisees. They had to believe by faith, not by miracles. Even Satan said, if you are the Son of God, turn that stone into bread. Jesus refused to perform that miracle and said that man will live by every word that comes from the mouth of God. That is, man will live by faith, not by miracles. Satanic mass media. Then the angel brought me to earth and left a message to the church about the propagation of ideologies in schools, the media, colleges, newspapers. These come from hell to the governors. I saw school books in hell that make defensive arguments to objections to teen sex and the ideology of genres. Satan has given too much power to the politicians in return for his evil plans to be executed. There are countries that will approve laws for gay men's marriages. Countries that do not yet have laws for the same-sex marriage of men and women will pass them in a matter of time. Many countries have already passed same-sex marriage legislation. Satanic music. Devil's agents are producing songs with immoral and violent lyrics. The government does not forbid these songs, but they have approved them and even paying money to the composers to In a free country, the people ignore the truth. While there are people who would give their lives to someone else to talk about Jesus, but there is no freedom. Muslims give their lives and even sacrifice themselves for what they believe. And the church has denied Jesus who sacrificed his life for them. It has refused to live the word, while Buddhists live the concepts of their religion, renouncing all the things of the world to live within the monasteries meditating. It's those hard-working men that Jesus wants. Anyone who decides to become a monk obeys all the disciplines of his religion. Evangelism. I already won a monk for Jesus. In the same way that he obeyed Buddhist philosophy, today underground churches are built to worship Jesus. They are at risk every day of death. All this to worship Jesus. While we have our churches and are accommodated, we do not want to pray in the days of prayer. We do not want to go to Bible school to learn. If it rains, no one goes to church and they prefer to lie in bed. Church, take advantage of your freedoms to worship Jesus in churches and preach the gospel, because soon it will end. The government used by Satan will prohibit people from worshiping Jesus in churches to start programs of persecution and genocide. Blessings to all in the peace of Lord.